Hello. Back for Ace Attorney. What? We're gonna catch the bad guy today, right? I don't think so in this part, actually, but we'll get there. Anyway, back to the case. Defendant lobby number 1. Oh, that's right, we gotta explore this room now, too. What is this incredibly overpowering sweet scent? It smells like flowers. Uncle Bad, is this it? Detective Bad and Kay over there? Looks like she managed to escape the Balo. No, that's not quite it. Oh, too bad, but it's so pretty. I think you're still a bit too young to be wearing that. But since you found it, I guess I can let you keep it. Thanks! I'll treasure it always. Oh, here, I've got something else for you. Oh, yay, thank you, Uncle Bad. Earlier, I ate one of these with gummy. Gummy? Oh, you mean gumshoe. Gummy is... He was trying to be nice to me because I was gonna get in trouble. And then he got in trouble because he lied to protect me. Gummy. He didn't... I know he didn't kill Dad. Don't cry. Oh, I should be nicer. Don't cry. Faraday would be sad if he saw you cry. I'm not crying. Hey. Oh, it's the mister from before and the lady too. Don't you think it would be a good idea to go home for the time being? You're not involved in the investigation, so it's for the best if you do. Actually, I'm Uncle Bad's assistant. So I'm related to the investigation. That's so, Detective Bad. Yeah, I guess. What? You were just scolding us like kids to not mess up the crime scene. And now you let this child run free? Why? People are free to investigate things outside of the crime scene. You also has a few things she wanted to look into. Got a problem with that? Hope she barks at me. I don't have a problem with that, but I am curious as to what Miss Yu is looking into. Uncle Bad! I'm gonna look at somewhere else now, too. Alright. Oh, that's right. Hey, mister. Yes, what is it? I know Gummy isn't really the bad guy. Mean it. But please, find the real bad guy, okay? Don't forgive whoever did this. But in the absence of the perfect piece of testimony and evidence, there's no one else who could be the true culprit other than Gumshoe. Wandered off while I was pondering. Detective Bad, what exactly was Kay searching for? I suppose it has something to do with Kay. It does. She's daughter. Anyway, hurry up and get to the point. I don't have time to waste. Sounds like you'd rather be left alone. I have something I'd like to confirm with you once again. I don't have anything to say to you. Be that as it may, you still have questions that we need answers to. Now, first of all, what is the overpowering smell that is permeating this room? Upon entering this room, I thought I was going to suffocate. It's that ultra-strong perfume you wears. She spilled some of it. I was having a bad time with myself. I didn't think twice and opened the windows, but that smell's still here. Perfume, huh? The sweet scent in the air is perfume. Well, it's giving off quite a stench. I bet it's some cheap no-name brand. Said it's a famous brand from overseas. It's a knockoff. Yes, definitely. No disrespect, but she forced one of those bottles. Here, little girl, you can have it. I was born for a much more expensive and refined person. However, seeing as you just happen to have a spare, I suppose I will take it. As I look, you will hold on to this bottle without fail. Why can't she ever be honest with her? Now we have the perfume that Miss You wears. Just that all you wanted to talk about, so I'm going back to investigating. Actually, I still have a few other things I wish to inquire about. This bag was actively used in the murder of Mr. Faraday. Wait. Isn't it possible to tell what this fingerprint is? Very careful. Maybe that detective didn't do it after all. Let's see. I can't. So you were in this room the entire recess? Like I said, I made a call to the precinct to get that big lug down here. But other than that, I was waiting for the recess to end. At least your story is consistent. Earlier you stated that you were in the lobby with Miss said she wanted to talk to me about something. We came in here. Until I bought, and Miss You were in two different locations. Speaking of that lawyer, he seems to have a great dislike for you. Miss You is the sister of the victim. And as I recall, to take the bag was the detective up there. Part of the reason for her disdain isn't simply because you failed to guard the secret, but because you were the lead detective on the case. You knew. And also, today's trial involving the embassy staff member is being referred to as the second KGA. Now then, I believe it's time you were honest with me and told me the truth behind your relationship with Miss You and Mr. Faraday and the KG8 incident. You already know that much. I guess it's hard to tell. Now let me ask you a few questions about the KG8. Not exactly a happy story, other than the people who were involved. You two will be the first to hear what I'm about to tell. The honest truth behind the case incident. Lollipop. Faraday, you, and I. As you already know, we three were involved with the KG-8 incident. Faraday and I were originally on the trail of a smuggling case involving one of the Amana Group's secretaries. That trial was just a front. So, yeah, the case became tainted. All because the witness who testified about the Amana Group's ties to the smuggling ring, DCU, was killed. Then what became of the secretary who was arrested? Name? Owen Deverett. To be honest, that guy didn't know about the smuggling ring. But he confessed to knowing about it anyway. Deverett was probably being intimidated by the big boss man, another scapegoat. Boss man. He can't seriously earnest him. That can't be right. Probably just a bad thing. What is he trying to do? I suppose it would be quite difficult to see. The man who killed CCU, Annie Cochin, was a completely different person. But since he's already been acquitted once of her murder, Mr. Faraday, how could you let him go? If I remember correctly, I heard that Mr. Faraday had an important piece of evidence stolen from him. It wasn't Faraday's fault. I wasn't vigilant enough. Faraday, CC, I was supposed to protect them both. Did mention about how Detective Tab was guard herself. But even I, who was supposed to protect them, I fell into their trap. Kind of a trap. The holes in this jacket are a testament. Trap. You mean you were fired upon? You were shot at that many times in one gunfight? No. Only about half of you. But the reason I continue to wear this jacket is to remind myself the lessons I learned from the PG-8 incident. See, I couldn't protect CCU. The suspect was guilty. It hit a brick wall. As far as the law was concerned, she came to the victim's sister. That's when I first met Khalid. About when you first met Miss. It was on the day of the verdict of the PG-8 incident. Faraday and I, we apologized to her from the bottom of our hearts. All we could do, good. Saying you're sorry won't bring my sister back. Then she gave me a hard slap across the face. She certainly had a lot of self-control to stop at just a slap. It was not even 100 lashes would have been punishment. You said it herself. She never wanted to see either of us ever again. But after that, you've seen many times over, correct? Yeah. Faraday and I, even after the KG-8 incident had come to a close, we continued to hunt down the smuggling ring and got involved in a variety of cases. But it was no use. We cracked so many. But the result was always the same. We couldn't find the real mastermind behind the ring. The ring really that big? It was in the pursuit of the ring again. It was during another trial. Faraday was the prosecutor, and I, as the lead detective, took to the witness stand. She appeared out of the blue as the defense attorney. The client was related to the smuggling ring, and she was defending them? Yeah. You was pursuing the ring as best as she could. I think she defended Rel this time for the same reason. Come to think of it, Miss Yu did say something to the fact. I have my own. I'm so hot. Regarding the KG8 and for that, not a single qualm about defending another. Don't put words in my mouth. I said no. The only way I had to get Mr. Rao was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering. Ever. Don't you dare suggest I was helping a criminal is just despicable. You're despicable. You're so naive, little girl. I could have stolen this lollipop from you. That's how naive you are. How dare you insult the daughter of a Von Karma? Just like us, you had felt that she'd hit the limit of what the law could do. That's all. Law is merely a tool. There is no limit to it. Only the skill of the craftsman. You are still too young, but one day you'll know what I mean. But enough sidetracking. What matters is that we met you again, due to the smuggling ring. That's all. So, what was your relation to Mr. Faraday? Seemed to know Kay fairly well. I met him, the rookie prosecutor. Okay, I've known her since born. Faraday and I have quite a few cases together. You two seem to have made no progress at all in the progress. Did we touch a nerve? One thing. No one knew more about the Itagas. Faraday. That's why I was called upon to testify in today's trial. To prove that Rel was not the real Itaga. What have done if I had turned around and accused Faraday? After the accusation, I was asked to testify, but this time, to prove or disprove the accusation. Guess I won't. Not either. Since there's more to that statement than meets the eye, that's why I'm digging into progress is necessary. You claim to know much about the Itagas. You care to share what you know with me? What you two should be looking for right now. Proof of murderous intent towards Faraday and Rel. I agree. That's exactly why I'm asking you about the Itagas. What? KG8 incident and the second case. Both of these cases are tied to the smuggling. And in both of these cases, the witness who was to testify about the ring was. However, there's one point in which they differ. That is the presence or absence of great thief Itagas. Mr. Rel claimed to be the Itagas who, however, in the middle of the trial, he suddenly declared Mr. Faraday to be the. Then during recess, they were both killed. I find that to be the least bit odd. It's worth stop being around the bush and just spit it out already. I believe that there must be some reason that two men suspected of being the Yatagarasu were both killed at the same time. So, in order to catch Mr. Faraday and Mr. Cold-Blooded Killer, I'm going to learn as much as I can about the help you solve. I'll tell you the reason why we've never caught the Yatagarasu. That sudden outburst, Ford. Almost made me whip you by accident. Ugh. Well, accidentally whipped me anyway. There are three main reasons why the Yatagarasu will always be one step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yatagarasu always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. Third, the Yatagarasu doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind ever. I see. So those are the Yatagarasu specialist traits. Sounds like an incredibly elusive thief. The Yatagarasu has never been caught on tape. Never tries to draw anyone's attention. Never do something as lowbrow as commit murder. That's how I knew that Rel wasn't the real Yatagarasu right away. You can't use that sort of logic on its own to prove it wasn't. Listen, little girl, I'm not done talking. What's different about this time is that evidence related to this sent to the police. And the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Pinopian embassy, the Yatagarasu. Yatagarasu sent the evidence? Until now, the Yatagarasu always publicized corrupt dealings through the mass media. But not this time. Evidence this time. Something from Faraday and a select few others. Naturally, how can you feel sure that it was the Yatagarasu who pleasing? Special card that the Yatagarasu attached. That's how I can be so sure. What sort of card is it? Here, take a look at this article. Whatever the Yatagarasu wants to publicize, white card is sent along. But when you question Rel about what was sent along with the white card, Rel had no idea what it was. Ah, that's how to tempt the bad news. Very much. I have a much better understanding. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? His Honor would like to transfer the evidence from the trial. Please head over to the courtroom. Understood. I'll be there shortly. Detective Bad? Law mean to you? Finding the answer to that question. Any reason I'm still alive. I became a prosecutor to find the answer to that question. And to put all criminals everywhere are found guilty. Yeah, this is a long-ass day. Oh, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth. His Honor is still a bit dispirited. For the first time today, I experienced what it's like to stand at the witness stand. Greater appreciation. How hard it is to get to. Well, Franziska. There's no need to further press his honor. But I'm not trying to. Your Honor. Your Honor, I've come to collect the evidence that was to be transferred to you. Your Honor, the evidence? Your Honor! Oh? Yes. Can I help you? I'd like to collect the evidence now, sir. Your Honor, do you think you could stay focused long enough to at least do your job? Yes, I'm sorry. I would, except the defense attorney. Busy with the investigations. This brief. Very well. Please confirm that all of these evidence. Furthermore, the evidence that was used in the murders of Faraday and Mr. Bell are also included. So please confirm the investigation of the pieces of evidence that were used in the murder of those two men. This is a very good chance. He's regarding their case. Maybe he can finally lead me to the truth. Replace all the evidence over on the prosecutor's bench. I see. Thank you very much. I was going to confirm that they are all accounted for. I did not mean to leave. Go back in there. It's alright, babe. You can't just walk off. Sorry about your client's sudden accusation. Embassy trial. The evidence bag that was on the table in lobby number 2, right? Finally, you can look at the evidence itself, not just dick out them. Let's be sure to thoroughly examine them while we have the time. Read. I want you to take a look at all the evidence from Embassy number 2. Why is that? Because I still don't fully understand what today's trial is about. Don't point your crap at me just because you don't know something. Don't you try to order me around just because Papa chose you to. Someone is still worried about me not being picked. Also, first, have the knife, envelope. That's right, I completely forgot to tell you. But what now? We found Mr. Faraday's personal organizer inside that evidence bag. Detective Bag requested his arrest on Detective Bags? A strange stroke of luck. Well, never look a gift horse in the mouth. Might as well look through it too. I won't rest until I've inspected every big head. Well, I say we start here. September 8th, an embassy staff member was killed in front of the embassy. The staff member died of shock due to being shot in the heart. Matt Krell was brought in that night as a suspect and thoroughly questioned. The murder weapon was found on him, for which he was arrested on the spot. Simpleton of a man, that's what he was. Perhaps he was, for the weapon wasn't incriminating evidence he had. Mr. Rell was caught in the act on film by a security camera. Bigger simpleton than I thought. I can't believe he didn't notice the security camera. Cadopian Embassy's security system is supposedly very well designed. You may have simply not been aware that there was a camera in the area. So, have you seen the contents of the video for yourself? Yes. The surveillance video. Yes, the surveillance video the security camera took was played during the trial by Mr. Faraday. You can clearly identify Mr. Rowell on it. Even the sound of the gunshot was crystal clear. So the footage included sound, huh? I don't think I'd ever want to see someone's death in real life. Me neither. This gun was originally used to kill the Canadian embassy. Crime was reported. The responding police found Mr. Rouse still living in the and contacted the officials to play. There doesn't seem evidence. This is the knife that was used to kill Faraday. Who would have thought that such a beautiful piece of art, such a cruel act, never crossed your mind to use a riding crop for the wrong purpose? Too young to know the right purpose. Edgeworth, 13. Oh, I guess horses. I guess I'm disgusting. Mr. Faraday's organizer. It appears he was in the habit of using it. Looks like he wrote his strategy for getting Mr. Bell convicted now. I have collected the evidence. Mr. Bell, killer, between the handgun Rel had on him, arrested, and surveillance tape. Should be able to. It appears that Mr. Faraday honestly believed that Mr. Rel was the killer. The sound of his handgun going off was reported with superb clarity. In the surveillance video, I also have evidence I can and it would appear that he had proof that Mr. Bell was not the intended arrest. No matter how he tried to forget, I can phony. If I present it to the court, it should clear everything up. Piece of evidence. I hope that this will finally bring it to an end. Yes, I believe Mr. Faraday was well prepared to credit any claim Mr. Rel may have made about being the real arrest. I had a way to prove that Mr. Rel was the guilty party in the embassy murder. This organizer is clue straight from Mr. Faraday. I'll have to take my time and give it a thorough read later. Look, there's a picture stuck to the pages here. There appears to be a key. And a rather ornate one at that. Let's look at the design on the handle. Craftsmanship is superb. Could this be the guitarist whose key? Faraday mentioned it? Guitarist? Not the bad sense of what's different about this time? That evidence that it's ring was sent to the police. Sender was none other than the Ethiopian Emperor Pagarasi. Until now, Pagarasi would always criticize any correct feelings. Not this time. Evidence this time is something only Faraday and I others would prosecutor Pagarasi. That's effective. Faraday didn't mention anything about a knife. That certainly is odd. The weapon that staff member was the gun. But if that's the case, where did the knife that was used to murder Mr. Faraday come from? Isn't it obvious? It was brought into the courthouse by Mr. Rell. It's the only logical conclusion. No, it's not that easy to smuggle a weapon like that. Every person who enters the courthouse doors is checked thoroughly for contraband. Furthermore, they still have his camera, making it impossible for him to bring a knife as large as this. How do you suppose this knife ended up inside the courthouse? I need to think carefully. There's nothing related to the knife breaking anyone or his kidnapper. However, it is a fact that there is evidence. First, there's one item listed that has seeds in it. So in order to solve this mystery, I believe I will need As I birth, can I take the fact that you've yet to answer me to mean that you don't have an answer for me? Actually, I do know the answer, Francisca. What? Then what is it? One of the pieces of evidence you've been holding has been hiding a secret of its own. There's to this piece of evidence that the knife was brought. This photography's key Mr. Faraday mentioned in his organizer. It's how the knife was brought into the courthouse. You're not making any sense, Miles Edgeworth. You just need to look a bit closer, Francisca, to see what I mean. Don't the color and ornamentation of this candle remind you of anything? You remind me of the knife. Very good. Both the autography's key in this photo and the murderous knife have this very unique design on their handles. Furthermore, even though Mr. Faraday mentions the autography's key, the only object we found at the crime scene was the knife. You don't mean to say... It appears that you finally caught up. And yes, I do mean to say that these two pieces are, in fact, one and the same. But that's impossible! Even if that is what you will investigate the possibility. Now then, let us examine this knife in a little more detail. It's the weapon that was used to kill Mr. Faraday. The handle, the blade itself. Beautiful workmanship. Look! There's even a flower-shaped design in this gold section here. If this hadn't been used as a tool for murder, I'd want it for myself, right? Drawn to the embellishments. Too bad this isn't mine to give. Boom. I can't believe it turned into a key. I think there was such a trick in this thing. The weapon used to kill Mr. Faraday is actually the key. This piece of information is more critical than anything we've learned up until now. Frankly, I'm shocked. Mr. Faraday only mentioned the key aspect of this piece of evidence in the organizer. It's possible that he had no idea that the key was hiding a knife blade inside. But if that's true... key was top secret. We're looking for someone who knew even more about the key than even Mr. Faraday. Meaning that the only person it could be is the one who sent the key in the first place. Great thief Yutagarasu. Maybe Mr. Rowell really was the Yutagarasu. He was the one who killed Mr. Faraday. Is that one possible scenario? No, not really. Especially since Mr. Faraday was absolutely convinced that Rowell was not the Yutagarasu. Besides, as Detective Bad said earlier, but the question fell about what was sent along with the white card. Rel had no idea what it was. I see. Alright then, I guess the person who knows the trick behind this key is someone else, and that person is really impressive. It seems that this key is truly the key to solving this case. Weird, I want one. I need it. Oh, I can see. Trigger, such a small piece of metal, and it can take a whole life away. I wish that I never had to lay eyes on another gun again. What's this? Are you afraid of gun trials? It's not that at all. It's just, well, I'm not afraid of these things. At least. Where did she find the gall to say things like that? Point it at her and see. Really? That's odd. We're short one piece of evidence. The piece that's missing is the surveillance video that was played in court. Surveillance video? How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Indubitably. Are you done with your inspection of the evidence? Yes, I'm finished. However, Your Honor, I am missing a single piece of prosecutorial... I don't know how to say that bloody word. I'm done. Your Honor, are you derelict in your duties? What? No, I dare not lick my duties. What do you take me for? That was a good dirty joke. No, Your Honor. The most important piece of evidence in today's trial, the surveillance video, is not amongst the evidence you laid out for me. Yeah, Judge, what the fuck? But I brought Mr. Faraday's whole bag with me. Maybe the tape is still somewhere at the crime scene? Something wrong here. Something about this missing piece of evidence. It would appear that for me to find the answer, I'll have to pay another visit to the scene of the crime. Defendant lobby number... Oh no. Not this fool. 6 p.m. All this happened in 2 hours? Man. It took me longer than that just to get to this point. I'm up to what, like hour 5, I think, today? That's Detective Bad? But who is he with? I've never seen that officer before. So did you find it? No, not yet. I've looked everywhere. Let's see. Well then, please continue with the search. Understood. I'll continue the search. You're the one running the show. Prosecutors like you shouldn't even be allowed at crime scenes. Who do you think you are? I forget his name. Ding Fa, or is that where he's from? What was that all about? And who was that man just now? Whoever he was, I've never seen a more impudent officer in my life. That we're standing right here. I know you're standing right behind. What do you want? Looks like you were paying attention after all. You had a mirror in his hand. Of course I do. I have eyes in the back of my head. Ah, so the mirror is or what is behind me at all times? Tell me, Detective Bad. Was that rude man just now? The guy came here from the Republic of Shangfa. Oh, okay, Shangfa was first. He's Agent Lang. He's trying everything he can to revive the lost honor of his which we do know to be true. He's traveling the world to study different philosophies of entertainment from scratch. By visiting various police departments around the world, he has a lot of dedication. He's still just a rookie cop, but I sense his strong grudge or something. The guy's more useful than Gumshoe, even if he is working. Well, Sure has a lot of guts to come to this country and give prosecutors a hard time. You want to talk. I agree, however, I can think of one young lady that also applies to. Anyway, what was that agent looking for, Detective Bad? Earlier, that little girl was poking around in lobby number 1 as well. Like I said before, it's got nothing to do with the two of you. I highly doubt that it has nothing to do with me. If this is a game I must play, then I will take this opportunity. Draw out what he's been hiding and what happened to this room straight from him. Earlier, you were in lobby number 1, and now you're here. Lobby number 2. You are quite the busy man, Detective Bad. Multiple returns to a crime scene brings about success. That's what we detectives say. I see. In that case, you wouldn't mind if I asked about what happened then, correct? I don't have anything left to say to you. You'll see. I will draw my answer one way or another. Would it kill you to help us even a tiny bit in our investigation? I gave Faraday's notebook to the judge earlier. That's helped enough, don't you think? Please. We are asking you for just a bit more of your cooperation. Don't push me. Any more investigating you do would be a waste of time. Besides, how am I supposed to push you? Things you don't know about? Aren't you supposed to know everything? You should. Detective Bad, did you know the existence of the item in this photograph? Of course I did. It's my job to know everything related to the Itagarasi case. In that case, let me ask you something. Did you know that the knife that killed Mr. Faraday and this Itagarasi's key are one and the same? That's impossible. So she didn't know after all. This piece of evidence, which we call the Itagarasi's key, is actually a well-camouflaged knife. Mr. Faraday was planning to use this Itagarasi's key to... Well, it was not the real Itagarasi. Isn't that correct? I guess so. However, Mr. Faraday had no idea that it was in fact a knife. Yeah, I have to admit, neither of us knew that fact. If neither of us knew, and no one in law enforcement knew. How do we miss something as big as this? I noticed that since a little while ago you appeared to be searching for it. I presume that this key is what you were searching for? Yeah, that's right. Why were you searching for it? I promised Faraday. I promised that I'd protect that key with my life. But after he was killed, the key disappeared. Faraday's evidence. Who would have thought the key took Faraday's life? Detective Bad. So, that we may find the truth, please testify. Alright, but it doesn't matter how many times I tell you about what happened. Nothing will change. Detective Bad, I ask you to please testify about what happened in lobby number 2 and what you experienced in it. My answer is still the same. It's the last time I'm going to do it. That's fine, you can only one last time. Let's get this. That bad. I was in lobby number 1 talking with you. We're talking about some trivial things. I heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to begin. That's when we heard it. And I immediately dashed out into the hallway together. We saw Gumshoe goofing around there. We all ran into lobby number 2. Sounds like the exact same story he told us before. Indeed. However, I feel that we get to draw out all the information that we
Hold it!
So you heard the gunshot. Did you notice anything else that was out of the ordinary? Any other strange sounds of the gunshot? Gunshot was bad. I asked if you please amend your testimony to that statement. Sure. I didn't hear any other strange sounds until that gunshot. Okay, Mr. Sir, you got the balloon!
Objection!
Detective Bad. Does this balloon fragment remind you of anything? It's the same color as the one Kay was holding. Oh, so you knew about that girl's balloon. Huh? I was sitting with her up in the gallery. During the recess, just before we split up, I filled that balloon. Oh, as you may have already surmised, that piece did indeed Kay's balloon. So, what about the balloon? I wonder if you might remember hearing this balloon pop at some point. What are you getting at? This fragment was found in the hallway right in front of lobby number 2. Furthermore, it was the sound of this balloon popping that the judge mistook as a gunshot. So, the sound that the judge heard was not after the gunshot. On top of that, Connor said that he heard the balloon pop about 20 the trial was to reconvene. Yes, which means that his honor had to hop in the hall. You were in lobby number 1, Detective Bad. You were in lobby number 1 at that time. You were close enough that you should have heard that balloon popping as well. Don't give me a so. We just proved that there's a flaw in your testimony. The crackling of the truth, louder than the sound of your sweet naivete cracking. Since you kids don't seem to know, let me fill you in on something. Have you ever stopped to think why the doors and walls of this place seem so rugged? That's because they were designed to keep secrets from doors and walls are super thick. Window panes are double layered. Top it all off, even the curtains are made of a special sound-absorbing material. Since I was shut up inside lobby number 1, there was no way I could have heard that sound. No. That means that Scuff-Face testimony is completely useless. The rooms are soundproof, and of course you wouldn't hear the sign of the storm. Also, it's only natural that I didn't. Now you get it, kids. I thought we were supposed to be finding flaws in people. Not the other way around. The other way around. Not possible. Popping. However, person standing in the voice. Detective Bad. If that is the case, how exactly did you hear the gunshot? What do you mean now? I just did. It would appear you get to realize the contradiction in your own words. Oh, how so? If the rooms are as soundproof as you say they are, then how did the sound of the gunshot enter your ears? Ah, I guess I'm more out of it. Birds, murder. What exactly else and what does it boil down to? Goes on to this, there must be a reason as to how Detective Bad and Gunshot theoretically could. Looks like we need to examine the state of the crime scene again, huh? Wait. I got lots of lobbies. Okay, well, these two go together. Simply impossible for the killer to escape through barbed wire. Yet the fragrance of the perfume. Of course, incorporeal things can move freely through the barred windows. Assuming these two? Oh, yeah. Now then, what else besides a smell can go both in and out of an open barred window? The answer is sound. But no matter how careful the killer was, if the windows were open, the jig would be up. Since the windows in both defendant lobby number 1 hallway were open, that explains how the sound of a gunshot could be heard. I guess these two have to go there because they're all those up. Shows the moment killed. The sound of the gunshot left quite an impression on me during the trial. Video should have turned to evidence. Back here. Appeared after that time, then it's possible that the tape is still. Eureka! Evidence created for me. It's a gunshot sound that no one should have been able to hear in the first place. Miles, what have you been thinking about? Stop wasting time thinking and let's start looking again. Not a waste of time to think, for I have figured out where we should look. And where would that be? I believe we should examine the television. TV. Oh, you kids have fun. Go ahead and examine whatever you like. Rest. Yeah, the TV's a blunt. Looks like it. The tape must have stopped on its own when it reached the end. It's too bad. It would be alright with you if I verified the contents of the video. Or knocked yourself out. Staff member should be about 30-minute mark from the start of the team. Understood. About right? This is the footage of Mr. Rell shooting the embassy member. I knew it. The missing piece of evidence, the surveillance video, was here all along. This sound. What's the meaning of this? It appears that Detective Battersby. With this, I think we can figure out the trick behind this double murder. Do you mean that you figured it all out then? Yes. All I have to do now is show what the gunshot detective's bat and gunshot heard was, and through where they heard it. Show me what you've deduced. Now to show what the gunshot was and through where they heard it. If the door and windows to the crime scene, namely this room that we're in, were closed, the killer could have used the gun and would have been wiser. That's true. This courthouse does seem to be well designed for such a thing, as it were. However, what happened in reality was Detective Gumshoe, Detective Bad, and Miss You, all three of them heard the gunshot. Well, the windows in lobby number 1, lobby number 2, and the hallway were open, so naturally the people locations could hear it. Why would the criminal open the window in the first place? To allow the gunshot to be heard, I suppose. Correct. That's the only logical conclusion we can draw from this. Why was that necessary in the first place? I want a real answer, Miles. I demand satisfaction. Very well. I believe that the killer wanted to manipulate our perception of a certain fact. Oh, God. Killer wanted to fabricate the time of death to their precise restraint. They used the gunshot in the surveillance video to do so. Dead. He's a dead guy. Dead man. So that's why the tape is there. The gunshot I heard was from this video, which means that the murders really occurred at an earlier time than we thought. It must have been heard during the recess, but before Detective Gumshoe was on guard duty. Someone who has no alibi for that time period. Planned this crime out in advance. That person is the real killer. Oh, look at Francisco. Oh, I got more health. I like getting more. Mr. Edgeworth! Yes, what is it? Miss Hughes asking for you. She's in the courtroom. She says that she's identified the murderer, but that she wants to clarify something. Looks like Miss Hughes is still investigating something. Understood. Please tell her that I will be right over. I'll come along. I want to hear what she has to say. It appears that the time has come to uncover the truth. I actually don't remember. I think I know. And I think it's probably obvious, but you know the way this game does shit. So. Alright, we are coming up on the final part of everything. Not everything. This particular case. I'm gonna take another break. And we're gonna finish this off tonight, and then I'm gonna because I'm tired. Anyway, thanks for hanging out. I will see you all soon.